I'm Michelle Carter, and I'm the owner of MCB Nurse Consultant. I help directors and nurses in long-term care to overcome their exhaustion and frustration in their role so they can be more confident, empowering, and impactful for their teams. We teach them communication skills, leadership development, emotion intelligence, advanced personality science, and how to build strong relationships. Staffing challenges is affecting everybody in long-term care. It doesn't matter if you're working in a large long-term care facility or a small long-term care facility. It doesn't matter if you're in a rural area or in an urban area. Staffing challenges is affecting all of us. There's so many different regulatory requirements that are changing in long-term care. And since after the pandemic, we just are not having enough people coming into the workforce. So ideally, we as a director of nursing have to find a way to recruit better staff and also retain better staff. I want to teach you some strategies that I've learned over the 17 years of being director of nursing. Now, mind you, there are things that I'm still struggling with too, but we're able to overcome some of our challenges, and I want to be able to teach you that. We're having an event coming up, Staffing Strategies Made Easy, for directors and nurses, where you can learn more in detailed strategies of how you can be more impactful to your team, be able to increase retention and recruit better, and be able to connect with your team and engage with your team at a level that you've never done before. But before we talk about that, I want to give you some tidbits today about what you can do to increase your retention and your recruitment. One of the things we want to talk about is how to foster unity and build strong teams. In order to be able to do that, you have to be open to want to have strong teams, and you have to be open to, as a director of nursing, open to different ideas and to kind of think outside the box. You want to make sure that you want to have a diversified and resilient teams. How do you do that? How do you build a diverse and resilient teams? First, you have to be open to diversity. You have to be open to wanting to recruit and retain all different walks of life, whether it be generational, whether it be cultural, that you open your doors. You open your mind and your doors open for all type of diversity. You want to be able to have a resilient team. In order to lead a resilient team, you have to be a resilient leader. It's so important to have resiliences in your team and embrace the ones that are resilient. If you sit back and look at all your team members that stuck through the pandemic, that was able to continue to come to work every single day and take care of our sick residents, and being able to deal with how the pandemic affect them personally, emotionally also. Those are your resilient team members, and you want to be able to empower them. You want to be able to engage them and be able to recognize them and give them the recognition that they deserve. So you want to explore the diversity and the resilient team members and be open to how much of a benefit it is to have resilient team members. Those resilient team members, those are the team members that have been able to adapt to having a short staff. Those are the team members that have been able to adapt to dealing with the turnovers. But you want to embrace them because when you want to understand what do they do to adapt, what makes them resilient. When you understand what makes them resilient, then you can kind of learn from them to help the new team members in the recruitment coming in. Maybe those are the team members that you can have do trainings. Maybe those are the team members that you have as mentors because they are resilient and they are loyal and they are here to make sure that our residents get the care that they need. You want to make sure that you promote collaboration and communication. Collaboration and communication. We have so many times that shift to shift do not communicate. Nurses and CNAs might not collaborate. The RNs and the CNAs might not collaborate. We want to promote an environment where basically we're all working together as a team. You want to be the emphasis of communication. When they do those rounds, to stop and talk to the individual that you're doing the rounds with. Provide them with tips of how they can communicate better. Provide them with ways that they can communicate better. Whatever you might do, it might be embracing huddles. It might be that's something that we're doing in our company, is embracing huddles to increase the communication. Find those strong nurses and those strong CNAs that are very, very good at communication and want to be able to share to others. You want to talk about communication collaborations in your nursing meetings. Now remember, when we talk about communication collaborations, it's not just the frontline staff you want to have communication collaborations with. You want to be able to communicate very well with your team and also collaborate with your team. And you want your management team to do that also. So important that you teach that to your management team and it filters down to your frontline staff. And you want to be able to, they can foster that with the family members. You want to be able to support them professionally with professional development and their emotional well-being. In order for us as a director of nursing to do that, we have to do it ourselves. We have to be involved in professional development to increase our leadership skills, to increase our emotional intelligence, and we have to be in a state of well-being ourselves. I know as a director of nursing, that sounds foreign to a lot of directors of nursing, but it's things I know that you can do. But once you start doing that, your team will follow suit. When you have that professional development, it can help your staff have the morale and your team to have the morale that they can grow. People want to be in an environment where they can grow. People want to be in an environment where it's positive. And you want to be able to grow as a director of nursing. You want your team members to grow. So, start talking to the team about different initiatives. It may be, having CNAs be mentors or preceptors. It may be having, you may have team members being mentors. You may have team members that are, they may be lead aides, or they may be special aides that can do your weights for the month, or special aides that do on a shower team or on a falls team. So engage them in different activities to help them grow. You want to make sure that you have mental health awareness in your building. Talk to your team. How are you doing today? You should be able to notice when your team's not doing too good. I can kind of tell when my team isn't doing too good. I have a certain team member who's just not themselves. Be able to have those communications with them, and have your managers be able to have those communications with them, and kind of notice, they might not be doing too good. You might want to just double check on them, or you might just want to, send them a thank you note, or just being able to tell them thank you. Hope you have a nice weekend. The CNAs the time clock at my facility is right by my office. So when people are leaving at 2:00 in the afternoon, because our shift stops at 2, I tell them, have a great day. Have a good weekend. Sometimes I stand at the door and just have a conversation with them. That's what you want to do, because then you can kind of feel what their well-being is. And you want your team to have good days. When those team members have bad days, acknowledge they had a bad day and help them have a better day the next time they're there. Because remember, if we're frustrated and burnt out, then your team is frustrated and burnt out. And once we start working on our frustration and our exhaustion and being able to overcome our burnout, then we can help our team do the same. Because if they watch and see what we do. If we can do it, they can do it. But we have to be those leaders to show them. I want you to remember some of these key points about supporting professional development and doing professional development for yourself and for your team, and checking the temperature of your team. You want to be able to promote that collaboration and communication. And we also want you to be able to have diversity and have a resilient team. When you have those things, they can maybe help it'll help foster unity and start building stronger teams. I don't want you to miss out on this opportunity to come and join our workshop, Staffing Strategies Made Easy for Directors and Nurses. At the bottom of this video, you can click the link to get on the wait list. The workshop is coming within the next month or so, and it's going to be it's going to be awesome for director nurses to kind of understand what we need to do to change our environment, to increase our retention, decrease our recruitment, and a chance that we can be more positive and change our environment that's going to help us be more confident, more empowering, and more impactful to our team. I don't want to miss you at that event. Click the link below and come and join us for Staffing Strategies Made Easy for Directors and Nurses in Long-Term Care.